Clouds melt into rain. Snow packs down on glaciers. Small streams feed mighty rivers, great lakes, and the sea. The earth keeps turning. China's homeland enjoys spectacular mountains and abundant waters. The varied climatic conditions shape lives and livelihoods. Let's start from the heart of things, following the amazing creatures of the high mountains, tracing the source of the rivers, and voyaging across the seasons to see the great natural glories of China. The center of the Yunnan Guizhou Plateau is dotted with many gray and black stones standing on the red earth. One is 5 meters high, and its upper part looks like a giant turtle lifting itself up. These rock formations have been caused by the dissolving of soluble rocks over thousands of years. It is a topography known as the karst landscape and one of the most striking geological phenomena on the planet. In fact, the largest and most characteristic tropical and subtropical karst landscapes in the world are located in southern China. Not only are they one of the oldest and most unique dwellings, but they never stop offering up wonders and mysteries. About 15% of our planet's land area is covered by karst landscapes. But among all of them, few have grown into such a stone forest. A stone forest of over 400 square kilometers like this is considered a megastone forest. Bluish-gray rocky peaks tower high above the ground, and the mystery of their origins is hidden right inside them. These fossilized shells and corals are from 270 million years ago. The soluble rocks that make up the stone forest were once hundreds of meters thick. Influenced by the monsoon, heavy rain falls in summer, even on the deep inland Yunnan Guizhou Plateau. Nature is the greatest craftsman. Water with a high carbon dioxide content acts like a carving knife to sculpt those jagged peaks and ridges. All living creatures need to make special adaptations to survive in this extreme forest. The Chinese japelure has evolved a unique set of skills to hide in plain sight in the stone forest. It can adjust its skin color according to the changes in the light to perfectly blend with the rocks. In the crowded stone forest, plants root in every tiny gap they find. The strongest of them can grow into trees more than 20 meters high. In autumn to spread its seeds, this tall Chinese pistache emits a bewitching fragrance to attract animals. This Pallas squirrel has got the smell of fresh fruit. How to get there? Taking a detour is an unnecessary test of its patience. It takes on the knife points directly. Using all its limbs, its soft belly close to the sharp stones, it moves in a stop-start fashion. Although it does look a bit strange, it's exceedingly efficient. Soon, the whole gang has gathered. The Chinese pistache is the strongest tall tree in the stone forest. In order to reproduce, however, it needs the help of the gluttonous squirrels. As nature takes its course, the squirrels will take the indigestible seeds farther afield, a rewarding result for both parties. Unlike the bare stone forest on the Yunnan Guizhou Plateau, in northeastern Guangxi Zhuang Autonomous Region, soluble rocks have created a different kind of wonder. Hidden beneath the sea of clouds is another sea of limestone rock peaks, thousands of meters thick. After millions of years of weathering, however, the limestone has already been transformed into clusters of forested stone peaks on either sides of the Lijiang River. In 214 BC, Emperor Qin Shi Huang, the founder of the Qin dynasty, ordered the construction of the Lingqiu Canal, which connected the Yangtze River and the Pearl River. The Tang Dynasty poet Han Yu was inspired to write, "The rivers are like deep blue ribbons running through the jade-green peaks." Today, it still inspires people from far and wide. "400 kilometers south of Guilin, in Chongzhou, Guangxi Zhuang Autonomous Region, another creature has made its home atop the stone peaks, monopolizing the heights. Gathered there is one of mankind's relatives, the white-headed Langurs. They live in the stone mountains their entire life. This Langur colony of 25 individuals needs just 3 such peaks to be completely content. The alpha male must stay alert at all times. The Langurs have busy lives. The newborn baby Langur is Ginger. Already, its 3-month-old brother's fur has started to turn black, a warning that it's going to cause mischief all around. Although they excel at climbing, such a mischievous nature is asking for trouble. A mature female delivers a stern admonition. To grow up in such an environment, there is a lot to learn. For the white-headed Langurs, the trickiest moments are when moving from peak to peak. The only way to avoid predators is to pass as quickly as possible through the jungle between the mountains. Leaping is the preferred method. Their long tails, up to 1.5 times their body length, becomes the key to keeping balance. The white-headed langurs get most of their water and energy from leaves, flowers, and fruit. Here, they have found a new dish, eucalypt bark. The tall and straight trunks instantly becomes a playground. But they have another purpose. Tearing, nibbling, chewing. And then spitting out the remains. It turns out that they are tasting the bark of the eucalypts. The bark usually contains toxins. This is a curious phenomenon that has only recently been observed. Exactly why they do so and what this means remains to be answered. It is not until it begins to get dark that the langurs head home. Their den is very secluded, hidden on one of the highest cliffs. The route they have chosen is also very difficult. It's a well-worn route. Every crevice and hold has been smoothed with long usage. One section, 50 meters above the ground, is the most perilous. A careless mistake could lead to serious injury or death. Beyond that, they reach their sanctuary, where few others can disturb them. All the caution and risk are to protect the family. China has more known sinkholes, around 2/3 of the world's total, than any other country. The Leye sinkhole cluster in Guangxi is a typical example. It has 28 sinkholes of varying sizes spread over an area of 20 square kilometers. The deepest even exceeds the height of the Shanghai World Financial Center at 613 meters deep. At the bottom of the huge sinkhole, almost every inch of usable space is occupied by lush and diverse plant life. This is a real underground forest. Leye has many other small developing sinkholes. Only around noon can the sunshine occasionally break through its narrow opening into this dark underground space. When the sunshine runs through dust and mist, beams of light stand out clearly. Diffuse and shifting gradually. When the sun is directly overhead of the hole, the light pours into the darkness like a waterfall. an ethereal mist that lingers in the bottom of the sinkhole dances to the rhythm of the sunlight in a magical fashion. Before long, they quietly disappear. When the sun goes down and darkness falls, another side of this underground forest is revealed. The Chinese ferret badger is the largest mammal found here. It has an extremely keen sense of smell and can find all kinds of delicacies under piles of fallen leaves. A brightly colored spider has spun its web in the dark and now waits for its prey. The Bai Long subterranean river runs through all 28 known sinkholes of the Leyue sinkhole cluster. It has created not only the sinkholes, but also an amazing underground cave network. This is a giant stalactite hanging from the top of the cave. It looks like a white koi diving into the water. The water in the upper stratum slowly seeps out along the calcium carbonate tubes, forming a huge and round stalagmite through millions of years of sedimentation. Above and below, it's another magical effect. Although there is absolutely no light, some hidden explorers never give up. The cave cricket has evolved a pair of super antennae, 5 times the length of its body, which enable it to cope with the darkness. Food here is extremely scarce, so every scrap can be a matter of life and death, and frequently must be fought for. It is said that in the most extreme cases, they'll even kill and eat each other, a special price to pay for living underground. In the Dalo Mountains in northern Guizhou province, water and weathering have created a unique karst landscape. No one would have imagined that it would form a world-class super cave. This is a huge tunnel of 1,300 meters long, 20 meters wide, and 15 meters high. It looks like a man-made mega-project with its iconic red walls. Over a century ago, locals used to go deep into the cave to harvest the mineral mirabilite. Today, as exploration continues, it has been shown that Shuanghe Dong is a complex and layered cave network, where wet caves and dry caves coexist and are interconnected. In winter, the water level of the subterranean river drops significantly. Most underwater creatures retreat to the back of the cave where the water is deeper. This is a larva of the red-spotted toothed toad. a species endemic to China. It is one of the few amphibians in Shuanghe-dong. Hiding under the rocks, they can grow into giant tadpoles 10 centimeters long, simply on a diet of plankton and algae. They are around 10 times larger than ordinary tadpoles, which lets them cope with the changes of water flow in the cave. After 30 years of exploration, Shuanghe-dong has been found to have 280 entrances. They are interwoven into a huge underground cave network, with many bizarre passages and hidden tunnels. A peculiar crystal changes the color of the cave's walls. It spills blue foam from the cracks and engulfs the entire surface. This is celestine, a sulfate mineral formed by precipitation in gypsum-rich dolomite. This is one of the largest celestine caves in the world. The cave continues deeper still. After passing through a narrow tunnel, there is a space like a crystal palace. There are glittering vugs, snowflake-like crystals, and fibers as light as cotton wool. Gypsum crystals keep growing and changing, eventually creating a 30,000 square meter dream world. Twisted stalactites are an even more impressive discovery in the gypsum cave. These stalactites grow freely, as if they were immune to gravity. Their distorted posture is probably the result of sedimentation in an environment with only minimal capillary water. As of October 2020, the total length of Shuanghe-dong cave network has been calculated as 283.284 kilometers. Ranking 4th in the world and the longest in Asia, though exploration still continues. The 550 square kilometer karst region of southern China has nurtured unique and splendid creatures. It is also a precious home to the Chinese people, where exploration has been ceaseless since the most ancient of times.